May we have the assessment. Where is the pain most pronounced right now?
The pain I feel right above the collarbones.
Right above the collarbones, in that hollow of the throat?
In the hollow of the throat, and I also feel a constriction right below the collarbones.
Oh, interesting. Maybe it's a backup in the downward flow.
Oh, interesting.
Right? Because I feel the backup right below the collarbones, the constriction, the tightness, the issue.
Yes.
I see. So let's open this. Oh, it's so sad.
So sad.
Open it. And we'll start to correct errors no matter who made them. I believe it's possible. This is karma dumping. Errors made at larger levels, not acknowledged at the larger levels. Karma dumping occurring when we suppress acknowledgement that we ourselves are the ones who are making the mistakes. We dump the karma dump, into our smaller presences, into our tissues and our cells, etc., into smaller aspects of self. And when we just start to correct these errors, it's as if there's a big pileup of errors here in the throat and at that constriction point right below the collarbones.
That's true.
That's an interdimensional exchange point, and the exchange is not occurring, somebody says, as God intended.
Yes.
It's not occurring according to specs. But now we'll just start to correct all these errors, no matter who made them. Having the intention to correct all errors, no matter who made them, and also having the intention to burn all karma dumping, burn all errors that are falling into smaller, more dense levels from the larger, less dense levels, and recognizing that we ourselves share this pattern. Every I, every me, every us, every we. We're all really struggling to acknowledge our responsibilities for ourselves and all the continual streams of errors that we make with very little interruption for non-errors. Mostly we're just error-making machines. Sentiences are, in effect, error-making machines, and it's okay. What's not okay is to pretend that we are not error-making machines. Just acknowledge the mistakes and correct them as we go, as effectively as possible. Makes for a smooth experience, a joyful experience, a pain-free experience. What's happening with the pains?
Now there's an almost strangling feeling in the throat, and also a sharp pain in the throat.
Up or down from where it was before?
Higher than it was before.
Well, that's the Gabriel fingers. I can see
That's
the
what that
Gabriel
feels
fingers.
like.
Possibly we are, it's possibly Gabriel's karma dumping. That's possible. And he's trying to strangle the announcement of, wait a minute, this is karma dumping. This is an error that was made higher. I don't think he's conscious of it, although I could be wrong when I said that. Somebody says, are you sure? No,
I'm not sure.
No, I was maybe we were hoping he wasn't conscious of it. He could be conscious of it. I don't know, have no idea. How does it look from up there? It might be right below the radar. It might be at about the level of cheekbones. He's got awareness of it at about the level of his cheekbones.
Yes.
All right, well, let's just move this right up to his lower eyelids and up above the lower eyelids. We're working with this constriction, this strangling, and moving that up above the lower eyelids for the large presence, so he can see for himself what's actually going on, what's happening with the physical symptoms.
The strangling symptom is lessening, and now we're just back to the sharp pain in the throat, high in the throat into the mid-throat. And
so the pain has moved back up?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't feel the constriction below the collarbones now.
Okay. I find a hard, hot lump.
Yes.
But now, in order to heal the root cause of this hard, hot lump and whatever it represents in such a way as to create deeper, denser dimension, nobody wants to do that. Interesting.
Oh, that's true.
But now, in order to heal the root cause of this hard, hot lump and whatever it represents in such a way as to align this larger presence with his soul plan. Wow, they just don't want to deal with it.
No, I feel the feeling that I felt during healing sessions yesterday, where it feels as though someone way up above is trying to shove a cork down on us.
Maybe it's karma dumping from even higher above. That could
be.
Maybe. I don't think so, but that could be, and so let's head in that direction. Let's find the presence above. Oh, now this Gabriel kind of looks like Jared Kushner.
That's true.
And Jared Kushner doesn't look like a bad guy compared to the other people who are in the rooms he's in.
That's true.
If you were to put him into a different container, he might not look like such a good person.
That's true.
But he's not the worst person in the room, and maybe sometimes he's the least revolting person in the room. It's possible. And so he believes himself to be a good guy because he's comparing himself to incorrect standards.
That's true.
Why do you ask? I think that that's what's going on for this large Gabriel. He's hanging with the wrong crowd, doing bad things for bad people, and looking around him and saying, wow, I'm better than all of these people, therefore surely I must be a good guy.
That's true.
But his standards of behavior are inappropriate. We can tune to increase the standards of behavior for all of us until this behavior will actually work to create deeper, denser dimension worlds that work for all categories of deeper, denser dimension sentience, and until these standards of behavior will actually work to help this large Gabriel live his soul plan and fulfill his destiny. That's what these presences are interested in. They are not interested in helping the smaller dimensions, or if they are missing that interest.
That's true.
But they are interested in helping this large Gabriel live his soul plan. So we can tune to increase the standards of behavior to that which will actually work for this large Gabriel to live his soul plan, fulfill his destiny, be who he was born to be. What's happening with the discomfort?
The spot of sharp pain has become smaller, thinner, and there's much less of the strangling feeling. Like the spot of pain is shrinking.
Mm-hmm. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how is the pain now?
Maybe a 3?
Mm-hmm. All right. And the abdominal discomfort?
Much less, maybe 1.5.
Okay. What now? In order to heal the root cause of the physical discomfort and whatever it represents in such a way as to align this large Gabriel with his own individual soul plan. I do not feel any support for any other large goal right now, so that's the large goal we're going to use.
That's true.
Is that acceptable?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They're talking about not taking responsibility and how poisonous that is, and to take some responsibility for ourselves is the only way to heal ourselves.
That's true.
Well, let's correct the errors of not taking responsibility for ourselves. Each of us can always take responsibility for more and more and more and more.
That's true. The abdominal pain is lessening a lot.
Yes. correcting the errors of dodging responsibility, and whatever that represents, in such a way as to heal the root cause of this abdominal pain, and whatever it represents, in such a way as to help this large Gabriel align with his soul plan. He doesn't want to align with it. He doesn't want to do it. What now, friends? When does his window of opportunity close? It's closed to about a credit card width.
Yes,
credit
that's
card
true.
for his dimension. I can see his credit card, and he can't fit 2 credit cards through the window of opportunity, but he can fit 1 through it.
Yes.
What now? What now? What now? Is there anybody higher up, live streaming up, who can see that this Gabriel is not going to do it? Place your bets. How about that? We ask those above Gabriel to place bets. Please look up. They're saying, who are you to tell us what to do? You're confused about who's speaking to you. This is common. It's okay, but look up, look up, look up. See those waving hands way above you? Keep looking higher, higher, higher. You're not looking high enough. Look straight up. Like they're saying, that's like looking into the sun. Yes, like looking into the sun. Exactly. There, you see that tiny moving black dot? There, that's who's speaking. There you go. Them. Now, please speak to that tiny black dot. Keep looking up at them. Keep looking up at them. Place your bets. Is the Gabriel way below you? Is he going to ever do what he's supposed to do? Or is he not ever going to do it? More bets are going on to the he's not ever going to do it space than are going on to the he's going to do it space.
Yes, that's true.
And it's a significant majority. It's not close. Maybe 2/3 of the voters say, or the bettors say he's not going to do it, and maybe 1/3 of the bettors say he's going to do it.
The pain in the throat is lessening.
If he isn't going to do it, why are we wasting this resource of time? This is precious time. This minute that we're experiencing right now will never come again. And every minute we waste on this presence who isn't going to do it is another minute that is not being spent doing something that's more effective. Effective with what goal? Effective with the goal of providing an awakening to all of us, of creating worlds that work in all dimensions and for all categories of sentience. Why do you ask? What's happening?
I don't feel pain in the throat.
Okay, there we go. Pump those dead kids all the way up through there. Let's carpe diem, seize the moment, squeeze up as many dead kids who really want to get to God, all the way up to that black waving dot that looks like a tiny black dot on the face of a sun. There we go. They're making some kind of reference to Greek mythology, and Icarus flew across the face of the sun, and there was also something about Apollo and Ra. There's so many, which is not Greek mythology, but it is Egyptian mythology.
That's true.
And mythology, what is mythology? Mythology is an explanation of other dimensional activities, and what do we know? It seems to have been reasonably accurate. It's reasonably accurate. Why do you ask? There we go. Boom. Send up to that black spot on the face of the sun that's moving across the face of the sun or between us and the sun. See that black spot? That moving black spot? Okay, pump up from the depths, from wherever the deepest dimension is that we can connect with right now, through us, up the spine, up the ancient interdimensional highway, up the spine of the death tunnel, up through Gabriel's spine, that large Gabriel, right on to that black dot, straight on till morning, which is a reference to Pan. Pan, Peter Pan, but also Pan. Thank you, Pan. Thank you, Pan. Thank you, Pan. From one Pan to another, in other words. Maybe that black spot up there is some aspect of Pan, maybe come from the future.
Maybe.
How's the pain?
It's just come back.
Oh, then something happened, and I think what happened is you gave the responsibility of solving this to Pan. No, it's our responsibility. It's still our responsibility. That's never going to go away. Let me clear this up for you. Nobody else is going to do anything. It's up to us. Yes?
Yes, that makes sense.
And he provides a useful target.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So
Yes.
see that little black dot moving as if across the face of a large sun?
Yes.
Pump up to that little black dot. Pump up dead children who really want to get to God out of the depths, straight up the spine of the death tunnel, straight up the spine of the large Gabriel, to that little black dot. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And now what happens?
The pain goes away.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Is all the pain gone?
Yes.
Okay, good. Keep pumping up to that black dot. That need is not going to go away. We've still got to do our work. Nobody else is actually going to do anything. Yes?
Yes.
But they do provide us with useful targets. Does
That's
that
true.
make sense?
Yes.
Very good. I'm going to start the closing process. Is this acceptable to you?
Yes.